morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to nag me. Coming Tuesday, I feel better. Even my own man looks good.
Just getting set up with a new setup here. Be right there and get ready to go. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the third edition of Friday Night Vinyl. Tonight we're going to be discussing people who have passed on. A lot of them recently. So yeah, we have a new setup, so I don't have to look off to the side now to see who's chatting with. I actually have a monitor right in front of me so I can keep looking at you. And as soon as I see some comments here, we'll get going. Right now I started off with Friday on My Mind, and yeah, Friday on My Mind, which was also, hey, Christina, happy Friday to you, dear. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Red Solo Cup and the magic that it has inside. So anyway, we're starting off with the easy beats here, Friday on My Mind, which is actually, it was also covered by David Bowie, who obviously passed on earlier this year. But Steve Wright, the lead singer of the Easy Beats, also passed away December 27th of last year. They're a pop band from the 60s from Australia. And I think that, let me just make sure we got this all going here. I'm just taking one look here at the monitor situation, and everything is good. Just approving a couple members right now, and right now we hear a song. Obviously, Chris Squire's passing was really hit me. I'm a big Yes fan, and I think the saddest thing is that, like, now I know that there's no hope of John Anderson getting back with them, and it's just a shame. Wait a minute. I see my Lenny.
Yo, Ed.
Hey, Lenny.
What's going on?
Hey, come on in. Here, have a seat.
What's all this?
I'm broadcasting Friday Night Vinyl tonight.
Friday Night Vinyl? You didn't tell me nothing about this.
Yeah, I said that you were going to be coming over here to do Friday Night Vinyl.
No, you told me that I was coming over here just to talk about, like, dead artists and stuff. You didn't tell me I was going to be on broadcast or anything.
Yeah. Well,
I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, no, he wasn't prepared. All right, everybody, this is my buddy Lenny Valenti. Friday Night Vinyl kind of started where we came over here. Well, first off, it started with my daughter getting me a record player for Christmas, and then it probably went all downhill from there. I have like about 500 albums now, halfway to my 1,000 quota that I had when I was a kid. But anyway, we would listen to different sides of music and talk, and I'd post it on Facebook, and I'd see people's comments, and I thought, hey,
who are these people?
Who are these people?
That we're talking to?
They're the people that are in the group.
Oh,
I mean,
just trying to get up to speed,
You could say hi to Christine right now.
Hi, Christine.
She's hanging.
Happy Friday.
I think there's some other people that are here that will hopefully just check in with a quick post. So anyway, we did this and we posted on our Facebook page, and all right, I'm just wondering what's all right, hi William. Hey Bill, I see that you're here, and now I'm kind of like wondering why why it's not refreshing. We have a new system here. I have a big monitor right in front of me that's supposed to help us, but
Well, I think if you take the porn off, then put Facebook on, I think it'll help.
all right, you know what? Let me go try that. Let's see what's going on here, because it should be refreshing. And so much for having the good new system. And so hold on one moment. All right, oop,
There you go. Down a little bit.
come on. All right.
Okay. So we have a comment from Christine saying it's breaking up a lot.
All right. Yes. Don't want to know who's on my shirt? I'm assuming you're talking to me, Diane, because I don't know why you would be talking to him. But this is Keith Richards, and tonight we're talking about dead people. And Howard, if you're out there, welcome. Yeah, so this is Keith Richards. It's kind of like the irony. It's like
Right.
we're talking about people who passed on.
And he's one that should be dead, but's not.
Yes. Well, he shouldn't be
Basically.
dead.
Oh.
We all have to think of what kind of world we're going to leave Keith Richards.
That is true.
Yeah. So anyway, I decided to take this off my mate. Keith Richards died. Okay, there we go. Now we're actually getting
There
a
we
flow.
go. He died 20
Hey.
years ago. That's
Yeah.
correct, William.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Howard, thanks a lot. And like I said, just please, you have the experience to comment on anything that I say wrong, which could be a lot, but for now, we'll just try to see if we can fool people. Yeah.
He died a few times
That's
already.
okay, yeah.
True.
Well, but see, it's yeah. So like right now I have obviously with Queen playing. I mean, when Freddie Mercury passed away, I mean that was just. I think the thing for me was the fact that Queen was like, I won't say making a comeback because they were huge in Europe and England and all that, but after Hot Space and their disco-y thing, they kind of lost an American audience, and
I know they lost me.
yeah.
Right after News of the World, they lost me.
See, I played some stuff from jazz from him the other night, and we'll turn him around on that. But the game was kind of it for me. I mean, but anyway, I mean, Freddie Mercury was just fantastic, and I'm holding this red Solo cup too long. So anyway, let's see, what do we have here? Yes. Back to Queen. So it was the fact that just that they were coming out with some really good stuff, and if you listen to a lot of their last couple albums, they were getting back to the hard rocking Queen, like not Lady Gaga, Radio Gaga. Didn't really like that song until I saw it live and saw
Well, that's actually how Lady Gaga got her nickname. Was from the song Radio Gaga.
Oh really?
Yes.
See, I learned something. So anyway, one of the topics, one of the things I told everybody to kind of do their homework on was to put together their kind of like their. I didn't want to put all heaven band because I didn't want to really pigeonhole people because it's rock and roll, heaven, we don't know, but I thought and I gave you the homework too, Lenny.
Yes.
To put together your band, and if you want, give it a name. I gave it a name. So for my band, so I'm going to give you my band, my All Heaven band, and so yes, Margaret. I wasn't a big fan of Under Pressure actually until I saw Bowie. Live on the reality tour, and he had the bass player who I think is from Philadelphia. I forget her name, but she did the Freddie Mercury parts, and it took on a whole new definition.
Yeah. Well, just seeing them two perform together in a video was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
back in the day.
Absolutely. Gail Ann Dorsey, thank you, Bill. Yeah, great bass player, and her range on the voice. Bill, you contributed something. That's like amazing. Wow. So anyway, my All Heaven old dead band, I guess you want to call it. I did give the band a name, and Trichrome, Christina, if you're on Firefox. I was having issues with Firefox. So, if how do we want to do this?
Are you going to start now?
I'm going to start now. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it would be pretty cool that, since you gave me the homework to do, that as you pick your group, go by singer, lead guitarist, and so on down. I have mine written on cue cards. So as you name your people, I'll flip it up and show them who I named and see if we match.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay.
I'm going to start off with singer.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go the 2 guitar players, bass player, drummer, and then I have like one.
You got 2 guitar players. I only have 1 guitar player.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the second guitar player at the end.
Okay.
I only have 4. I only got like 4
Okay.
people.
All right.
That I kind of.
All right. So
Okay.
I named my band the Flamboyants, and as you're going to see, you'll understand why. I mean, first off, to kick it off, I have Freddie Mercury as my lead vocalist.
And let's see what I picked. Yeah, that's mine too. I picked Freddie Mercury too. What a coincidence!
Cool.
Yeah.
The,
In fact, Freddie Mercury was the only person that was dead on my top 5 list of vocalists that I like. So he was a no-brainer.
Now you said you only picked 1 guitar player,
Yeah, just 1
so
guitar
I'll
player.
just give both of my guitar players at one time then. Is that good or?
Sure.
Well, for Flamboyant, I mean, the 2 guitar players, on stage left, you would have Jimi Hendrix, and on stage right, you would have Prince. You'd have one guy
Right.
lighting the guitar on fire and playing it like this, and the other guy playing his lead and doing splits.
Well, I also picked Jimi Hendrix, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix
I picked
is.
Jimi Hendrix too. So
So
we're kind of 2 for 2 there.
yeah, I was kind of wavering. I was kind of wavering on the.
But Howard said the audio is working fine.
Cool.
So, okay.
Cool, good to know. I was kind of wavering on Frank Zappa, but Frank Zappa wasn't as flashy playing as he was with his structures and everything.
Well,
so I went with Hendrix.
I'll tell you what, as far as Prince goes,
Hey D, what's up?
as far as Prince goes, I really didn't realize how great a guitar player he was until he did that Super Bowl halftime show. And that's when I really saw it, and I was like, whoa, I didn't realize he could play that well.
I'm not a fan of like Raspberry Beret and Kiss and all that, but
Whoa.
I could. Well,
We'll
the
talk
song,
about that later.
Yeah, that'll be another.
Oh,
song for
you're
another
talking
day.
about the
Yeah.
song Kiss, not the band Kiss. Okay.
So obviously my bass player, it's not even. It's pretty if you know me, you know I'm going to pick Chris Squire. I mean, he's going to be.
Wow, I had Chris Squire too. We're 3 for 3.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
We really don't always. We like
Yeah.
same bands and we like same things, but you like this, and
Right. That's amazing.
that is amazing. I'm going to pause this because there's a couple things I want to discuss on here. So we're bass players. So one of the things that's funny is like, well, I want to go to my secret agent first. All right, is that all right? Do you need to you're all
No,
good?
I'm good. No.
Okay.
I have the drummer next, so whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm going to do the keyboard player next.
Okay, well, I didn't really pick a keyboard player.
Okay.
So.
The again for the Flamboyants, I have to have Keith Emerson as my keyboard player because
Well, maybe I do have a keyboard. Yeah, you know what? I do have a key. I got 2 more left here, so I do have a keyboard player.
all right, yeah, I got Keith Emerson because he's a. Hey, Lisa, how's it going? I have Keith Emerson because I mean this is a guy while Hendrix's guitar is on fire, while Prince is doing splits while doing a lead. You have you would have Keith Emerson with his 10-foot move.
The problem is with Jimi Hendrix's guitar on fire, on the floor, and then Freddie Mercury's walking around barefoot. There could be a problem there.
There could be a
When
problem.
he's stomping on the stage.
But they're in heaven now, so
That's true. Yeah,
they can just walk through
Sorry,
the fire.
my bad.
Actually, we don't know if they could have fire in heaven.
That's true.
So that could be
Right,
the thing.
Okay.
So Keith Emerson
So then
is definitely.
Jimmy will lose his effect up there. Then,
Yes.
With the,
And
Okay.
believe it or not, I
So I like Rick Wakeman. I mean, Rick Wakeman would be my, better than Patrick Moraz.
Yeah.
Rick,
there's just a little
Rick Wakeman's my
shot
pick.
at Ruben Frank, but yeah, the so it's really good. And then my drummer. The funny thing is, I was having a hard time working on like who my drummer was, and believe it or not, Marie, my girlfriend / fiance, she actually was the one that told me Keith Moon. And I'm like, duh, Keith Moon. I mean, you got Keith Moon blowing up the drums, Hendrix guitar's on fire, Prince is doing splits during the solo.
I kind of went with John Bonham myself, Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin. I mean, he
Well,
was,
that's good. I
he
mean,
was a really
yeah.
good drummer, you know. So.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get Bonham. I was just going with the theme, but if you, if anybody out there has any suggestions as to like some of the bands or whatever, well, one of the things I have here is
Slash what?
slash what? I don't know, Tom. I don't know. But this song last night, obviously, has one of my. I love Ronnie James Dio and I love his voice, so I picked this song, "Man from the Silver Mountain," from their first album. And after doing some research, I basically found out that Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow was really Ritchie Blackmore becoming a member of Elf, but his name was girlfriend slash she's handcuffed over there, okay? All right, that's what I do to people when they come in the basement. I handcuff them and I keep them down here forever. I need friends, I need people close. Anytime you want to come down to the basement, please, you know the deal. So anyway, what I found out with Rainbow was the, obviously I knew that Dio died, but the original bass player on this album, Gary Driscoll, was brutally murdered. The murder was never solved. This was back in 1987. Or he may have been the drum. No,
Thanks,
I think
Tom.
he was the drummer. Yeah. Yeah. So, Craig Gruber, he died in May of 2015. He was the bass player. He died of cancer.
I'll be waiting.
And then Jimmy Bain, another bass player. I think Gary Driscoll, I stand corrected, was the drummer. I said my band, Amy and the Boys, Winehouse, Bowie, Mercury as lead vocals, and Twistle on bass. Okay. Harrison on backing vocals and guitar. George Harrison. Interesting.
It was well thought out.
Yes. Yes. And you could have Bowie on sax. You could have Freddie Mercury on.
Amy and the Boys is the name of the group.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I think for all her problems and everything, I think Amy Winehouse. I don't know how much you've listened to Amy.
But that's
Winehouse.
like a super group, though. There's like Bowie, Freddie Mercury, and Amy Winehouse on lead vocals. I mean, that's like 3 lead vocalists on one kind of group. So.
Well, you have Bowie on saxophone and vocals.
Oh, yeah.
You have Freddie Mercury on piano. Tom, we actually have a pizza upstairs.
Eat quick, Tom. Please, eat quick.
Oh no, we can't forget James. Oh, there's a whole bunch.
Unfortunately, we can only pick one group. So.
Yeah.
But everybody has their opinions, and that's fine.
Yeah. So
Great minds think alike.
Yes. So let me turn this down again. Yeah. So one of the things, like, as we're going to continue on, like, who our bands are. I mean, who are some of your? I mean, that's a good one. I mean, you would have you could have Amy Winehouse and Freddie Mercury on like dueling pianos and Bowie on sax, but I like the fact that there's Entwistle on bass, so you've got some like Sid Vicious, yes, and he was an excellent surgeon too. Just ask Nancy. Bonham on drums, Manzarek on keys.
Now, don't consider
He's not a big Doors fan, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully my eyes
The only thing is, Manzarek would be looking down at the keyboard the whole time, going like this.
Well, the one thing about Manzarek is the fact that he had that little. I mean, I think back in the day it may have been a Farfisa, which is, it's the sound of it, and he really.
I don't know if that would be a dream group or not, Tom.
Tom, why must you bring the level down? This is, you know.
He could be on the male organ too.
Yes, you know. But anyway, back to the mature people. Handcuffs. Chris, now you're making me blush here. It's like you know, to me, handcuffs and duct tape mean yes. And this is probably one of my favorite versions of this song.
You picked the live version.
Yeah. Actually, I like the studio version better, but I figured I'd surprise them. This is from David Live.
Well, we never agree on anything in music, so we were thinking about songs to put on for Bowie, and I said, how about Cracked Actor? And he said that, well, I like the studio version. I'm like, well, I like the live version better. And I was like, so we never agree on anything. Even if we agree on the same song, we disagree on the same version, so, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the funny thing. I've known Lenny since, I guess we were like 6 and 7.
Right.
And he had a paper route and I mowed lawns and we spent our money buying albums. And
I think we spent all our money buying albums.
yeah, we spent all our money. Well, we saved a little bit for the ice cream truck.
Right, that's true.
But the thing is that we did that, and one of the things we were, you know, time goes by, you know, and all that, and we realized like about 4 or 5 months ago, we're like, well, no, yeah, probably around January because that's after I got the record player. It's like, here we are again after like 40 years, down in the basement, and putting on albums. Now the weird thing here is, as much as me and him have a music history together and really enjoy music,
Only because I'm forced to, Tom.
We've never been to a concert together. Never. I mean, all this music stuff that we have in common or not in common. And one of the things we're going to be doing on Friday Night Vinyl is I'm going to be putting up one of our disagreements, though you're not going to know what side. And I'm going to say, you know, this or that, and we're going to let you decide which one of us is.
That's right. We were supposed
correct.
to do that for this episode, and we never did.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. So we're you know.
Well, we could have listed that Cracked Actor, studio version or live version.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a studio. I like the studio version because it just was heavier.
Heavier than that guitar going on right now? You got to be kidding me.
I know, but it was. I don't know if it was Mick Ronson though. Still on the Aladdin Sane album. I'm not sure on that. But Rick Wright on keys. Jack. Yeah, the thing it's weird with Pink Floyd. It's like. They were like, I think with Pink Floyd, I just always took them as the sum of all their parts. Where like you can listen to Yes and be blown. I mean, and again, Yes is another one where it's the sum of all their parts, but you can be blown away by each individual member.
True.
I never. And the thing is, I'll go back and listen to some of the Pink Floyd stuff. I'm not saying Rick Wright is any less on keys. It's just the fact that I think the way their songs were structured, it was all about the song and a little bit of Frank Zappa, R.I.P. I caught a little grief this week for not having Frank Zappa on the poll, but I could have put about 30 other people on there.
They killed Dimebag.
Wait, who killed Dimebag? Well,
The person who shot him.
well, yeah.
While he was playing on stage. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So, so as far as like with Rick Wright, I mean, I would put him in there, but Jack, you got to give me a full band. I mean, come on, who's the bass player? Are you gonna give me the lead singer of Syd Barrett? Oh, Pantera. Yeah. So one of the things is with
They were big Kiss fans, by the way.
yeah.
Those bastards, yeah.
The one of the things is with with losing to people, the thing is, this is, I mean, I remember about 3 or 4 years ago on one message forum writing a thing that there's going to be a day where it's going, or a year or whatever. It's just going to, it's not going to be a year. It's probably going to be a few years where we're just going to, it's just going to be like bad news like every other week. And this year has probably been the worst year so far. I mean, you lost Bowie. Prince was a surprise. Purple Rain, Tom, forever.
Ed, this is so ironic, Ed. I just got a notification on my phone.
What's that?
Thinking that we're talking about, dead musicians and stuff. I just got a notification that that the Kanye West is still alive. That's very upsetting.
Wow. Kanye West still alive. Life isn't fair. So
that's another one to add to the list.
So anyway, the one of the things, I mean, the Stones are all in their 70s. I mean, Keith's going to outlive everybody. He will be the last person left on the planet. But you still got 3 guys in Led Zeppelin who are in their 70s now. I mean, Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend in the 70s. I mean, Tom, we went and saw The Who, thank you, last year. And I saw them in 79, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, I hope they were like all right. And they were still good. I mean, they don't have the energy of when they were 20
amazing,
or 30.
They still draw to this day, all those groups.
Oh yeah, all those groups. The so yeah, just you know, and we lost Glenn Fry. I mean, for the Eagles, and yeah, I think I think one of the shockers again this year was he's a hologram. Yeah, that's funny. It's like yeah, it's. I buried Paul.
Yeah, we lost him on the Abbey Road album, right?
No, he was
yeah, when they walked across the street, it was barefoot. On the
yeah, but he was dead before that.
He was dead before that, right?
He died
right before the Abbey Road album.
Strawberry Fields. That's
right. He buried Paul at the end.
Right.
Where
That's
John
on
goes,
Magical Mystery Tour, right?
Right.
Yeah, I buried Paul.
Right.
Wait. Showtime has alive. This last tour still. Yeah. I mean, who did? All right, Tom. The Who. I mean, the thing is, this is when I saw them with John Entwistle, the thing that really upset me is I saw them on the Who Are You tour in 1979, 1 week after the trampling incident in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And we were concerned about the show being canceled and everything. And
now, didn't that happen where the doors weren't open yet to let the people in, and they were kind of pressed against?
Yeah,
and then once the doors opened,
everybody, yeah. Well, they used to have.
I remember going to the concerts like that. That was crazy. If you were up front, in front
right.
of that door, you were like pressed up against the glass. It was, you can get crushed.
Well, one of the things about that was well, I remember me and Dave went and saw the Cars live.
Mm-hmm.
And we were up in the front. We got in early and we moved all
that's
that.
That's when they had
the general admission,
the dance floor.
If you were in the first 4 rows,
come on over, Tom. Hurry.
If you were in the first 4 rows, or not first 4 rows, but like 4 people from the.
Tom, you locked the basement door, so you're going to have to break it down and come down the steps.
What are you talking about?
Tom, he said the pizza's here. I'm coming, Lenny.
I have the pizza's already upstairs.
Yeah, but you locked the basement door. I can't get out.
Well, of course. I do that.
Well, I mean, so Tom's going to come.
That's how
So I'm just telling Tom he's going to have to break down the basement door to come down the basement to get me.
Well, he's got to put his trash can in.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah. Well, maybe he could bring the trash can to break down the basement door.
But Keith Emerson, I mean, but I do like the Paul McCartney thing. Margaret, and maybe he'll look at this later. I have a friend who has been like analyzing all the secrets, all the keys for why Paul is actually dead and this intruder. And I mean, this person, he wants to write a book about it, which it's some crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of interesting signs with the with the Beatles with Paul is dead. I mean, and obviously going to the Beatles, and one of the things on the survey, and I realized it was really a no-brainer. John Lennon, first off, John Lennon was a Beatle, and when John Lennon was
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
thanks. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, Lenny.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. It's,
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I've been to a lot of concerts like that. Where I was at the front of the doors like that, and it was happening.
You know, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, open up the fucking door. 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, open up the fucking gate.
Right.
And as soon as they opened, everybody pushed forward.
And if you weren't lined up right
Yeah.
at the door, if you were off to the right or the left, you're crushed against that glass.
Right, into the glass. Yeah. But I'm trying to think what was I saying before?
You're talking about John Lennon was a Beatle.
Oh, yeah,
you were
John
informing
Lennon.
everybody that
Yeah.
John Lennon was a Beatle.
John Lennon was a Beatle.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking stuff here. But I think, first off, John Lennon's death, obviously, first off, being that he was murdered, anybody being murdered, that's a shock. But number two is he was just coming back. He took some time off, and he had a great album out. And everybody's like, yeah, I can't wait to see John Lennon, including myself. And the other one was when John Lennon was murdered, the dreams of the Beatles ever reuniting and doing something died that day.
Right.
And that was almost like I won't say the death of the sixth, but it was just, it hit everybody for many different reasons.
And then how everybody found out about it was on Monday Night Football.
It was on Monday Night
They
Football.
announced it on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and at the time, I worked at a record manufacturing company where we made albums, and we were Atlantic Records, so we had like Yes, Genesis, Led Zeppelin, and stuff like that. But it was a slow period. Well, that next day, we were subcontracted. All our presses, we had Beatles, and it was just like that we were working overtime. We couldn't make the albums quick enough. Yeah, and the thing about staying with the Beatles here with George Harrison is he's somebody that I'm still going back and revisiting, like his work, like All Things Must Pass.
He had a really good solo career.
Yeah,
Like very quietly had a very good solo career. Like put out some quality stuff.
yeah, because I think he definitely had a lot of the music. Yeah. And this is this one I dedicate to Thomas Oakes. This is a Prince tune, Darling Nikki.
Now, have you ever seen Prince in concert?
No, I did not.
No,
Did you?
neither have I. No.
No, I would have liked to seen him. Like I said, I wasn't totally like a Prince, like the commercial stuff, but some of the things I've seen recently, I would just like to see him play guitar all night, even if there was no vocals. I mean,
Definitely.
yeah. Tom, dude, come on, man, really.
That's exactly right, Len. He put out a lot of quality stuff. A lot of people probably don't realize it.
Yeah,
You should go back and listen to some of the stuff.
And I think one of the big things is that because he was quiet, he wasn't like in your face. Like, and I won't say like John. I don't think anybody in the Beatles were ever in your face. I mean, I think what I really liked about John Lennon was John Lennon wrote songs that really like I played that tune for you the other night. You weren't
Right.
Like How Can You Sleep?
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, because
Ask Prince.
yeah, well, that was kind of like what he dealt with in the 70s. Oh yeah, yep.
Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah. Yeah, they were kind of cursed. Huh? I think Traveling Wilburys. Roy Orbison died.
Right.
And well, the person they were going
Tom
to
Petty's still alive.
the person they were going to replace him with was somebody out there.
Oh,
I think it was Del Shannon. He killed himself though, or died.
How about the guitarist from ELO? He was on that too, right? What's his name?
Jeff Lynne.
Jeff Lynne, right?
Yep.
Right.
The
Is he still alive, Jeff Lynne?
yes,
He's still alive.
ELO is going to be touring this year.
that's good.
I hope. But yeah, Bill, it's like back in the late '60s. You know, Eric Clapton kind of said the same thing about Hendrix, which is kind of puts it in my in why I have them as my guitar players in my fictitious band. But yeah, I mean, George Harrison, his stuff was just, it was low key. It hit you subtly. I don't think it like didn't instantly grab you all the time. But yeah.
Trying to think of some songs like Dark Horse. I don't know if that was the album where he actually had a song, Dark Horse. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to think of some other stuff that he had as a solo artist.
Yeah. Well, he also
Other than the obvious, like My Sweet Lord and stuff like that.
and he I think he lost a plagiarism suit with that. I think
Here Comes the Sun.
Yeah.
While he was with the Beatles, though, he wrote that. And we're talking about his solo career after the Beatles.
that's still good.
Yeah, that's a good song. Yeah.
But the thing with My Sweet Lord though, I think he lost the plagiarism suit with that with She's So Fine.
Okay.
I think that was the Ronettes that did that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, and Prince did write a lot of stuff for others. He wrote He wrote under the pseudonym, at least the one I know of, was Alexander Nevermind. He wrote Manic Monday.
Oh, he did.
He wrote. It still cracks me up.
Oh, he wrote for Sheena E, right?
Yeah.
A couple songs for her.
Well, he wrote Glamorous Light.
Okay.
And the Chiffons. Thank you, Howard. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Nothing Compares to You.
Mm-hmm.
But he also wrote for Sheena Easton. He wrote "Come Inside My Sugar Walls."
Right.
And I'm thinking this was a pop hit on regular radio. I was like, "Come Inside My Sugar Walls." I mean, you really have to dig deep inside that song to realize that
Tom likes cheese.
yeah. And then there was probably the one band that changed singers and
Bon Scott, baby.
Bon Scott. I mean, AC/DC. I mean, you have AC/DC's body of work, from Highway to Hell and Before, which was big, and it was kind of like it was the end. And then AC/DC comes out with their biggest album ever, Back in Black,
right,
with the new singer
who sound exactly like Bon Scott.
Yeah, who sound right, and they just carried on. I don't know if there's like too many bands who
Now he's out now, right?
Yeah, because he can't. He could go deaf, permanently deaf.
Okay.
Because of something like that.
I thought Axl Rose and what's his name, Brian Johnson, the lead singer for the former lead singer AC/DC.
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. Yeah. Then they flip flop Guns N' Roses and
no,
AC/DC.
the
Was
flip
that a
flop
rumor?
part. Yeah, the flip
The
flop.
flip-flop lead
That was the
singers?
rumor.
Oh, okay, that was a rumor. Okay.
Yeah, no, because Brian Johnson cannot perform.
Okay.
But that was the joke.
Oh, okay.
But Axl is in AC/DC.
Okay.
And yeah, it just. Nope. Hold on. Yeah, so. Yeah, so. That was probably like a case of like. I mean, there have been bands. I mean, Yes is a good example. I mean, John Anderson left. Wait, yeah, but. Yeah, no, Bill.
It's a bad idea, but it happened.
Well, I don't want you to leave this broadcast, Bill. I would go to YouTube and Google Axl and AC/DC. It's happening. Yes. But the weird thing is I haven't heard anything about him screwing up shows and late and all the drama and everything. I don't know what they're doing, or if they have him at gunpoint, or they have him locked in a basement, because sometimes that's what you got to do. But yeah, Axl's basically finishing the AC/DC tour, and and then Guns N' Roses is going on a stadium tour this year.
And
so
who's fronting them? Is Axl still?
Axl's
It's fronting both
yeah.
groups? Okay.
Yes. But yeah. So
now there's one group that changed up lead singers that, well, for a reason. Stone Temple Pilots. They had Chester Bennington going on tour with them.
Right.
And I saw them at the House of Blues in Atlantic City. That was an awesome concert. And I'm a big Chester Bennington fan. And aside
Chester
from
Bennington, just let them
Lincoln
know.
Park.
He's from Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park, and he also did his own solo Dead by Sunrise, which was Out of Ashes, which is an excellent CD. Anybody wants to look that up and listen to it, it's really, really good. It's from 2009. Great. And but I saw him front Stone Temple Pilots, and it was a really good show. But now he's off then, back to Lincoln Park, and now Stone Temple Pilots is looking for a new lead singer now. They're auditioning people right now, from what I hear.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe that'll be the. I don't know. We need to see more Heaven bands. He might.
No, well, that's because they're afraid he might not show up even in heaven, or show up late. Scott.
Yeah, the now this next song here, and Bill, you turned me on to this. There's a movie on. It's a documentary, and I think it was. And you could tell me, Bill, Showtime or HBO on Quiet Riot. So you're thinking Quiet Riot. Okay, yeah. It's on Showtime.
Okay, I have to look that one up.
It really was a great documentary. And Jennifer, if you're still out there, this documentary, one of the guys in this documentary on Quiet Riot used to work at
Slade,
Heffler.
right. It was originally a Slade song. That's correct, Howard.
Yep.
And I heard Quiet Riot didn't really want to do this song originally because they didn't really like it, but they were forced to, and it ended up being a really big hit for them.
It actually helped bring Slade back, and Slade was bigger in England than they were here. Mm-hmm. But the video, the documentary on Quiet Riot was really, it was good. It was humorous. Hey Lori, what's that convention? There's this expo or whatever. Where were we at? Where you got Ace's autograph?
I can't think of the name.
Well, we were at this place, and there was different people, and I got to talk to Frankie Benally for 15 minutes, and I told him what a great documentary it was. The guy, he was just,
All Things That Rock.
All Things That Rock.
That's what it was.
So he was just really, you could just tell a guy who was passionate about his band, who was really sad, about the singer died. What's his name? Kevin Cronin's coming to my mind, but that's REO Speedwagon. Somebody help me out. Quiet Riot lead singer. Anyway,
That guy.
Kevin Dubrow, thank you. Wow, this is pretty quick audio going back to posting. That's actually interesting. So, yeah, then they brought the singer who sounded just like him and was really good, but he kept forgetting the words to this song, their biggest song, and
That's not good.
Well, no, it wasn't good, and
No.
they finally got rid of him. Yeah, Kevin Dubrow. Yeah,
Right.
But when they replaced him, Howard, if you haven't seen this documentary on Quiet Riot, and again, my buddy William Musil here on this thread told me about it. Then when I was working at this job in Center City, Philadelphia, somebody told me, like, oh yeah, one of our project managers is the person, Jennifer, who is Quiet Riot's biggest fan that helped, like, facilitate getting them back together and stuff. So if you watch this movie, Jennifer, you're going to recognize somebody that used to work with you. So that being said, I wasn't a big fan either, Howard, but it's one of those music. You know how the music documentary, like it's more about the story that, you know, and the passion. Now, Howard, if you hate Frankie Banali, then yeah, this would not be for you.
Right.
But it really was. I mean,
it's just like that documentary on that metal band from the '80s who never made it. Who was that?
That was Anvil.
Anvil,
the speed metal band. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. Even though I never liked the group, but the story of them was really, really good. It was an interesting documentary.
Howard, there's no other side story on why you hate Quiet Riot, is there? Because I will Google it after this show. Howard's A&R Electric.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Anvil.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was a really good documentary.
Yeah, and then the next song is more about like probably one of the most freakish deaths, where you got a tour bus and you've got somebody flying a plane around a tour bus or a small jet. I mean, I'd say Randy Rhoads' death may have been one of the weirdest ones. And
so the plane actually crashed into the tour bus? Is that
or
what
he
happened?
was. I'm not positive.
I never really heard the story, so
I think he was on the small plane.
He was on the plane.
Yeah, I don't think he was on the bus. I just remember it being a weird circumstance.
Yeah, how long ago was this? Like what year?
It was probably 81.
81? Oh, that long ago. Wow.
Is this helping? I mean, no. Yeah, and the other one was a Cliff Burton from Metallica, bass player. I think they were in Europe, and they were on the bus, and there was an accident, and he was in the back part of the bus. But
Cliff Burton.
Yeah, Cliff Burton. Yeah, so, but I saw Ozzy. I vowed that I would never go see Ozzy live because I wasn't a fan of his voice.
Well, you know, back in the day, I heard Black Sabbath wasn't really a good live concert. That's why I never went to see them.
Lenny Dramis, if you're still out there, the only reason why I got to see Ozzy was because I think you and your wife got sick, and you ended up giving me and Keith the ticket, and we went and saw Ozzy, and it was only a couple months after
he was hit by the plane
in the tour bus. Right? Okay. Thank you. See, Tom, I don't know everything.
Tom, you done that pizza yet?
Yeah. So the other metal folks that have passed early.
I think he's going to. Forget
about
that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so Lenny. Yeah, so we got the tickets to see and Brad Gillis was the guitar player from who went on to Night Ranger, who filled in for about 3 months. So I saw, and I was actually impressed. And I ended up liking Ozzy, and I was fortunate to meet him about 3 years later through Carmine Appice. Story for another time, but other metal folks. The guitar player in Rat died. I think Robin Crosby. I think that's his name. I'm really.
How about Lemmy? Forgot about Lemmy.
Oh my.
Motorhead. Is that considered metal?
We now have to have a moment of silence
for Lemmy.
No laughing. This is serious. All right, good. Okay. Because Lemmy wouldn't really want silence that long, but yes. I actually had a job interview 4 years ago, and that was brought up.
And a rum and coke.
Yeah.
Right. They named that the Lemmy, right? Didn't they? The rum
Yeah.
and Coke or something like, or Jack and Coke.
at the Rainbow Room, probably.
I think it was a Jack Daniels and Coke. I think was they named it the Lemmy. I don't know if it was a rum.
I'm
and
going
Coke
to
or not.
name
Yes.
this.
Okay.
This is going to be the Lemmy right now.
Right. Well, I got a Lemmy in a lemon, not a Lemmy.
Yeah.
In my vodka and tonic.
A lemon or a lime?
A lime. I'm sorry. A lime. Well, it's better to be a Lemmy.
Yeah.
A lemon. You know,
Yeah.
it rhymes better.
John Reagan, if you're out there, hey, thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to hearing 4 by Fate. There's so many. Well, as far as metal is concerned, I mean,
Jack and Coke. There
Jack
you
and
go.
Coke,
Thank
yeah.
you. That's what I thought.
yeah, out at the because that was his place at the Rainbow. It was kind of cool hearing the stories about how he was just like a fixture at this place, and you could go up to him and talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see Motorhead opened up, then it was Dio, then it was Iron Maiden. Probably about 10 years ago at the PNC Center. So, and really, Jennifer, that's all
Good
you
part,
need
right.
to
Yeah,
do
well,
here.
1 out of 2 ain't bad, Jen.
Now we can go into punk rock.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Obviously.
Mike Starr.
Oh, that's the
Mike
the bass player for Alice in Chains. Well, yeah, and then
Okay.
we got Lane Staley, and I knew all about that stuff pretty good through.
Bass player.
Yeah, but he was a bass player. Sorry, Bill.
Right. That's why we forgot. Right?
He switched to vodka and orange last year because it was healthier.
Healthier.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's, well,
Actually, what's this crap you got playing now?
Hey, whoa, this is the Clash, man.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's the Clash.
Like I said, what crap is this?
You have, well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, all the original, which is crazy, really, like all the original Ramones.
At least you can put the
are
Sex
dead.
Pistols on there, at least. God
Well-
Save the Queen or something. You know, you got to pick this song.
Well,
Or
yeah,
Anarchy in
this
the
is the
UK
Clash.
or something.
because he's
you know.
dead, man.
Well,
Lead
so
singer.
was somebody in the.
Well, I
Sex
was
Pistols, too.
I was gonna put on, I was gonna put the Dead Boys on Sonic Reducer with Stiv Bators, but yeah, again with punk rock, I mean, like everybody in the Ramones are gone. I mean, like they were like one of the first bands to just like wipe
Totally
out,
wiped out, yeah.
and it wasn't through. I mean, some things were through things that could have been prevented, but others were just illnesses and stuff. I really like this glass. If you haven't noticed, this cup.
It's Red Cup number 2.
Yes, that's like red cup.
Well, that's like number
Red Cup
5 for him.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm currently on the Keith Richards diet. Well, not totally. That's why I wear short sleeves. So yeah.
We got embalming fluid in that cup?
Yes, embalming
Okay.
fluid and his father's ashes. Yes.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, well, the other thing now is like the heroin epidemic right now. I just see too many people, with Facebook that, and like here's I'm a hologram too. I am your worst hologram. Yeah.
He is. Look, I can go right through him.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to be handcuffed again back in his corner. But
Hey, look, you promised to unlock the basement door when this was done, so.
we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what the reviews are.
All right.
But that actually could be top stairs. I think it is. So
Here comes Tom with the pizza.
I
Hey, get me out of here, man, please.
Sometimes
I'm super glued to the chair.
sometimes when neighbors like invade, but yeah, Tom, would you like to pull up a chair and we're discussing? What was the lead singer of the Clash's name again? Because I keep getting Mick Jones.
Here. Have a seat over here.
No, I'm good over here.
You sure? Okay.
So we now have a live studio audience. Thomas Oakes, who was posting earlier nasty things, has now decided to become our first studio audience member. So
Like my cue cards?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, well, I want to get more to like Lane Staley with Alice in Chains. One of my friends was a guitar tech. He was a guitar tech for Chris DeGarmo from Queensryche. He did Sponge and a few other things, but they did the show at Detroit where it was the Kiss. It was a Detroit, whatever the baseball stadium was. But it was Kiss. But it was Kiss.
Tiger Stadium?
Tiger Stadium.
There you go.
It was Kiss. Alice in Chains and Sponge. And what he told me with Lane was just curled up in a ball.
Tiger Stadium, that was Halloween. That was Halloween 1990...
95 or something.
No, it was after that.
96.
They didn't get back yet.
Oh, you don't get
It's 96 or 9.
Yeah, because we talked about
It might have
this,
been the
right.
Psycho Circus tour. I think it was like 98.
No, I'm thinking this was like
No,
around
that's
95.
right. No, it was the first 96. It was probably. It has to be 96.
Your hand was just on my knee.
Sorry,
The
96.
Thank you. It's the vodka. So yeah, but my buddy told me like before the show, like Lane Staley was just curled up in a ball.
Thank you. 96. There you go.
Yeah, he was curled up in a ball on the back in the dressing room, and my buddy's like, "How the hell is he going to get out there?" And they basically just lifted him up and sort of like threw him out on the stage, and all of a sudden, boom! You know, he came to life, and my same buddy was the guitar tech for Jerry Cantrell near the end, and they went over to Lane's house, and he was basically like 85 pounds, and he had these like leather things on his arms because of his veins and everything. He lost all his teeth, and he said he was just basically disgusting, and it's a shame. I mean, it's just for a high to be that good and that addicting. It is a shame. But going on the Alice in Chains thing, when they...
Now, Jack, what group are you talking about that did the Unplugged in 96 for MTV?
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains?
Yeah, the Alice
Because
in
I know
Chains.
Kiss did one, too. I think that was 95, maybe. They did an Unplugged, also.
The amazing thing is every member is still alive. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, what was that?
Creed.
I didn't really want to bring up the Creed thing, but yes, we did. I had passes to see Cantrell, and me and Bill went, and they did Man in the Box, and it sounded just like Lane Staley. The guy was like amazing. So let's see, where else we got? We're just about, well,
Just about an hour in.
yeah. So Tom, who are your like great punk rockers? What's the name of the guy from the Clash again?
Kennedys are coming.
Huh?
Dead Kennedys are coming.
Dead Kennedys are coming.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's dead. That's going on the theme dead.
But they're still alive, though.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
So again, on the Friday Night Vinyl thing, I mean, we're going to be doing various different topics. We kind of did the Dead thing this week because, well, it's been a crazy year with people just dropping. I think Prince was probably unexpected because he was 57 years old.
Right.
He's a genius.
Yes.
And yes, he was a genius, Tom. I know he's your favorite. You just painted your door in the front of your house purple. So So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have obviously each week different topics, different questions, and all that.
They're out of order. They're...
I missed some of them. That's
So-
the hierarchy, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
They're out
yeah.
of order. That was last to first. You got to start from the back.
I do appreciate everybody stopping by. I mean, we still got a few minutes left, but
No,
if anybody wants to post, like if you had
No,
your
that's right, right,
your
right,
all
right, right.
your all heaven band, who would it be? Start naming some people so we could see some comments. I mean, if you could put a band together of people who are no longer walking on this earth, and you can throw Keith Richards in there for good measure, because we don't know what he's doing. But let me just see who some of your people are. That if you could pick some musicians who are
The name of my group was the Not So Grateful Dead.
the not so grateful.
Because I'm not grateful that they're dead. There's
Jen,
one else.
Jen,
Okay.
Jen, I'm thinking you.
Even though that's on the jazzy side, but
No,
that's
no,
good. That's
she's
good.
dead.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I will say this, Jen, and it's, I know it's not necessarily a rock thing, but I've listened to her stuff, and it's the world lost the talent there because she was
Yes, she was.
amazing, and it's just a shame that God, the damn addiction shit just took over, and you know. So you would,
Anybody that was picked to do a duet with Tony Bennett has got to be amazing. She did a duet with Tony Bennett on one of his albums.
help me. Thank you, Joe Strummer, The Clash. It's like, God, I can't believe it. Because Mick Jones just was giving me a mental block. So that's just. Oh, young Elvis,
Young Elvis.
not toward Elvis. Yeah. Well,
He was a young 42, I guess.
well, that would definitely be an interesting rockabilly band, I would think. And Howard, yes, if you're still out there, I don't have it here, but I will say the late, great Danny Gatton. And I will personally thank you, Howard, for signing him. Danny Gatton was a great guitar player. He was from Washington, D.C.
Jennifer, I was liking you until that last comment.
Yeah, not a Doors fan.
Not a Doors fan,
And
not at all.
I've lost bets trying to convince him of the Doors. But
Yes.
But getting back to Danny Gatton, any guitar players out there,
That's okay.
you have to Google Danny Gatton on YouTube. But he has a Telecaster named after him. He was considered the master of the Telecaster, and I was fortunate to see him live. And I think the thing about it is, I went to see Danny Gatton, and I expected greatness. The guy was just an amazing player, and I think, Howard, we talked about this before, his upright bass player was just, he was like, the guy was like Yngwie Malmsteen on this like upright bass. He was like speed and quick and really good. But, and of course,
So do you want to talk about the first time we actually saw some of these people in concert? Like people that we're discussing tonight? Like Bowie or
we're
Queen?
We're getting near the end.
We're getting near the end?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
getting near the
Good
end.
discussion for
Yeah.
another time.
Yeah, so one of the,
We could stretch it out, Ed. You know, we don't have no time limit, do we?
yeah, you do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You do?
Why,
Keep
your iPhone battery's going to die or something?
Oh, can you redeem yourself with John Entwistle? You can't go wrong with John
Sure,
Entwistle.
why not?
All right, Jennifer, can you tell me what was John Entwistle's nickname?
Whistle.
Yeah. You can redeem yourself with
Johnny
the
Boy.
nickname of
Johnny Boy.
you can. Okay. John Entwistle's nickname was the Ox.
Ox?
The
How did he
Ox,
get
yeah.
that nickname?
I don't know. I think one of the things was he just no Googling.
There you go.
Oh. No, she admitted. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping this up in a couple seconds. I do appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. We're going to keep this going for a bit. It's going to really kick in in September, where I'm going to have other guests here with a lot of what's next week's topic. It's still undecided. It could be debut albums. I'm thinking it's probably going to be debut albums.
We'll see. We'll post something on the site during the week.
Yeah.
We'll let everybody know.
Yeah. It could be debut. Yeah, it could be solo albums. But yeah, each week we're going to try to keep a different topic. The color. And you're right there.
Well, can't you see it's yellow, Tom? It's yellow.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
see it right now.
no, it's purple for Prince.
Well, it turned yellow after because you couldn't hit the bathroom in time.
So anyway, we're going to leave you with this David Bowie. I thank you for tuning in. Keep it going. We're going to be doing this each week, and it's been a blast.
Yes, it has.
Let's go, Lenny. Hit it.
Let's get out of here.
Oh.
That was from last night. Okay.
Okay, we're getting good comments. That's not good. That's good.